zombie.
Specifically Glen Rock Freddy.
So
Huh.
I don't know if you're what kind of mouse do you have? Do you have a razor?
Because Glen Rock Freddy's.
So we're going to get into some more poly editing. You should have been kind of exposed to it on the videos, but again, those videos from Blender are great, but they're really fast moving. So we're going to start a new project. So we're going to make some furniture. So I've got a new file here. This is my unopened, unsaved. I'm going to go ahead and save it and make my folder structure while we're at it because that's worth points too. So new folder in here.
I think you can download this one. Here's mine.
Who are you calling this chair?
It's furniture. We're going to do, yeah, furniture, room, interior design 301. I don't care, whatever, call it something. So furniture, and I'm going to make my folders inside. Exports, renders,
There it is.
scenes, and we'll actually get to use it today. Textures. Woohoo!
Well, at least I've used the textures.
You're just so far ahead of us. Like, let us catch up. Okay, give us a minute.
I'm not as far ahead as he is.
Yeah, he's different. That's all we're gonna say.
This is what I want to do after I graduate. I want to be a 3D artist. That's what I'm specializing in.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
I believe in you, Sean.
Thank you.
I think. Let me just double check. Yeah, it looks like we're streaming. Okay, so I've saved my furniture file in my scenes folder of my new project folder. Back on Canvas, is he linked in here? There he is. So I got this guy, Spidey Cube. I've set him as a default in my Blender, but you can use it. You can retexture it as needed. I just use that for scale. So this is 1.8 meters tall. Was Spider-Man ever 6 foot tall? Probably not. That's just the texture I had when I made it. So he was, no, I don't want to know, whatever it is.
I'm guessing that because mine has like a bomb over his head, I'm going to have to use the bomb to identify where he's like looking at towards in this path.
Yeah, if you've retextured it, then I don't know. But this is
Yeah,
supposed to
I
represent
retextured it.
a taller person in a Spider-Man costume, I guess. So I'll use that for scale, and he just hangs out. I'm gonna slide him over here. Go back to my solid mode here, and I like to model here in this, but I'll keep him nearby. So we'll start with a table. Also, you should have Photoshop somewhere on your computer.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and just start it up now, or we'll look at alternatives in a minute as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and start Photoshop and then wait for 20 minutes while I'm modeling. So we're gonna start with a table, and that should be about waist high, I guess. So with this guy selected, I've got this cube that I started with. I'm gonna hit Tab, and I'm gonna just use a bunch of short keys, and they should show up. Yes, sir.
Where did you get the Spidey from?
He's linked on the assignment page for this week.
Okay.
Down toward the bottom. All right, so when you use hotkeys, they'll show up here. You can use these tools over here, but I'm just getting used to hotkeys. So I'm gonna go to 3 so that I'm working on faces. And what I could do is I could just grab this face and G for grabbing, Z down, and then I can just move that to where I think it's about waist high for him.
Is this waist high?
Ish, I don't know, man.
No, I'm asking.
We're guessing. And then I can do that with the bottom. G, I only want to move on Z, and so I'll pull that up. And now I'm going to show you a different way to size things that is no bueno, but I want to show it so that you see what's up. So instead of moving these out, because I want this to be a longer table, I might be tempted to scale it. And so there's a scale tool over here, or I could just hit S, and I want to scale it on the Y, so I'll hit Y, and we'll make this a longer table. Yeah, but.
We're doing what, Ethan?
Yeah, that's about right, right?
Yeah.
It might be a little high.
I mean, it looks about right for me, but I'm not a 6 foot tall individual.
Yes, and that's just something you'll never know, huh?
Just leaves and sits down. I mean,
All right, let's scale it a little bit more on the Z, because that was a really thick table. I don't know if even Spider-Man could have lifted that.
And then
Right.
if we
So I'm going to flip down to the bottom here, and we're going to start working on the bottom of the table. So
you
if I grab this bottom face here, so I'm 3 for face mode, just grab the bottom face, and I'm going to tilde 3 to scale on it. So we've got an inset faces that we can do, or you can just hit I on your keyboard, but this guy over here, and as I scale in and inset the face, you'll notice it doesn't do what I wanted it to. I'm imagining a very even border all the way around, and that's because I scaled it. So I'm going to undo that, right, and so tab, and so here's my tabletop. With the N panel open here, you can see that I've got some weird scaling here. So my X is at 1, my Y is at 2.268, whatever, Z is at 0.572. So it's off. Whatever we're scaled to, a bunch of the operations we're going to do on this are going to stay with that scale. So I want to reset the scale. So I'm with my tabletop selected, I'm going to hit Control A and apply the scale. And so now we're down to 1, 1, and 1 here on the scale again. Yeah, and so now if I come in here and inset, it does it evenly instead of like that stretch skewed way that it did before. Control A, and then I just applied the scale.
right. If you wanted to do that, you can.
Right. So now that it's giving me what I want as far as distance around that. So I inset it once, and this part here now is going to be the part that hangs over. I'm going to inset it again. So I'm going to come in one more time. And this is going to be like the frame that comes down. And we'll leave it there for now. Yeah, that's fine. And here's something else I'm going to do. Get these tools off of here. So I'm going to go back to this guy. I'm going to grab the new inner long edges here. So just the insides. I'm going to come up here. So I've got those selected. Shift, make sure you grab a couple. And I'm going to subdivide. So come up here to edge and subdivide. And it's going to draw a line through it. If I come over here and open that little panel, I can change the number of cuts. I want at least 2 cuts, and now I can move those, or I can make a bunch, but I'm just going to move them. So I'm going to take this edge right here that I just made, and I'm going to move that on the Y over there. So my thinking is I'm going to use this inner frame as like the frame that goes that this thing's sitting on, and then I'm going to make little squares here for legs that come out. So I'm just eyeballing at this point. So I'm just going to grab this edge, bring it in here, and I'm going to do that one more time. So I'm going to grab this edge and shift this edge, and then this edge and this edge. So my 2 new ones that I made, and the shorter edges off of that frame, and I'm going to do the same thing. So edge, subdivide,
And then
and I'm going to go to number of cuts 2.
and then do the same thing. Wait, no, you're trying to make corners. So you're trying to do that basically.
You might not have something
Yes.
properly selected. Are you on edge mode, or are you on faces? All right. Oh yeah, yeah. Things will behave differently depending on what mode you're in. All right, so I'm going to move this guy over. So this is new edge loop I just made. And what I'm trying to do is just make some squares here in the corner. So 1, 2, and 3. Grab those 3 edges, slide them over. So far we didn't look like we do anything, right? It's just still a big box, but now we can get into some cool stuff.
Faces.
We added faces. So I'm going to go to 3 and hit 3, and I'm going to get into face mode, and let me grab all 4 of those little squares that I made. And that frame around them. And so you can see up here, I've got 8 faces selected, total of 28 edges. So this is that stats thing that we've got going on the side. If you don't have it on, it's right here. So the 2 circles, statistics, it just helps. Because sometimes you can like accidentally have like something like selected on the other side.
The other end.
And so you just double check, like, well, I should have 8 faces selected, but if I see if I've got 9, then I probably have something I don't want, right? So it just helps. All right, now I'm going to extrude this down. So the little extrude key is right here above the inset. So just select that, and we'll pull that down
Maybe try.
to about that, I guess.
Doesn't look that. That's not bad.
And you can then move it up and down at that point. And then I will grab the legs. And again, and so I can grab that tool, or the hotkey for it is E. Just hit E and slide down our legs, which I think are now lower than
Wait, no.
Spidey's feet. It's looking more like a pool table. It'll be my next thing. All right, so I want these to be on ground level. There's lots of ways to do that. So with them all selected, they're all at the same Z. I can see that their Z is negative 1.19. Is that right? Oh, because he's up there. Let me go to global. There we go. So local means this is negative 1.19 from this object's point of origin. Globally, in this full 3D space, the Z's at negatives 0.11222, probably some more stuff. I can just type in 0 here. And now they're right on what I'm imagining is going to be my floor level. So it's actually ended up being kind of a squat looking table.
Squat table?
Yeah. It just, I don't know. Didn't look off. So I'm going to grab these guys, this frame around here. Maybe move that up just a little bit. Might help. Yeah. Yeah.
They look ugly.
It will look ugly. Good point. All right, so I'm going to go to edges now. With that selected, I would just click over to edges. And if I grab these other edges inside, grab those, I can move them all up together. Is this necessary? No. I just want it to look a certain way. And
What?
yeah, he's doing too much.
Professor Tanner, Wade, and Wilson both have questions.
Okay.
When I did this, how'd you do the second subdivide? So when I'm trying to, because I know you did it for one side, and then you made like to try to make those 2 squares on.
Yeah, so then I had to select 4 different edges.
Oh, the 2 that you made.
The 2 that I made and the 2 that, yeah, that's probably all. That's it.
Is there any particular way you make them exactly even, or you just?
So mine aren't, right? I just eyeballed them. So I just moved them.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
There's, in later classes, we'll get into all kinds of stuff,
Not today.
using mirrors and all kinds of, we're trying to keep it simple.
Fair.
We're keeping it so simple that the one guy, I guess, just dropped the class. He said, you guys are stupid or something.
What? I didn't say that.
How did you do the squares?
questions? You were ignoring
No.
them.
We had someone here day one, and then I think he just decided that,
Wait, is it that good?
yeah, I don't know where he went. He's like, you guys are just making boxes? I'm out. Anyway, all right, so we've got the rough shape for a table. It's a nice big table, so you can have the fam over for Thanksgiving, or play a really, really big campaign of D&D, or I'm seeing like at least 10 people around this table.
I mean, like,
Ultimate Uno Championship, whatever you need to do.
Edges.
But This is basic. This looks like someone made this in Minecraft. So I'm gonna spiffy it up a little bit. So
And then also
it's just yeah, like I said, basic.
go and select all
Messing with you. I know. I deliberately chose to fight everyone. So I'm gonna grab this edge right here, these corners at the very top.
No.
Because if not, you're going to get sued. Some toddler's going to come through here and you've got these super sharp edges on your table. They take their eyeballs out. You're going to jail. Yeah, then you're the one in trouble. So I've got 4 edges selected all the way around the top side here. And I'm going to hit Control B and move my mouse. And so that's going to bevel that. Now, as I haven't clicked anything else, so I've still got mouse movement. I can scroll my mouse wheel up and get more subdivisions on this bevel. And so get it nice, rounded, non-toddler hating.
Non-toddler hating?
Yeah, because you don't want them to poke their eyes out.
Oh, right.
Maybe, in Maya's house, she's like, the toddlers, it's, survival of the fittest for her. But we could. Yeah, and that nice rounded look helps with that. And so let's see what else we can do. Oh, let's do this. So I'm going to grab the...
Kill all the toddlers, I don't care.
Wow. I'm going to grab the bottoms of the legs, and we're going to ignore everything she said and hope that it's not live streaming to YouTube.
Wait.
Yeah.
Not again.
And so what I'm going to want is these to taper a little bit. Like, we don't want them to go too much where they're like, looks like they're sitting on needles, but I do want them to taper. Let's play with, I'm going to hit S, and then I'm going to do Shift Z because I don't want it to scale on the Z. I just want to scale on the X and Y. And then if I start moving my mouse, it's tapering all right, but it's looking kind of goofy, right?
It's like about to run away.
So if you want, actually we've just made an animated table runner. He's coming to get you.
Run!
So we can undo that. And then if we come up here, the very top of all of our massive amounts of buttons and labels, this guy where it says transform point pivot, we're going to change that. So this affects where your scaling and all your stuff happens. Right now, it's set on median point. So that's when we scaled, it all came toward the center. I'm going to go to individual origins and select that. And now when I scale, but not on Z, they just scale in place rather nicely. And this is looking more like a pool table. I think we're going to have to call it.
And then you're gonna hold on extrude until they remove you.
Right.
And then it'll extrude.
Cool?
Yeah.
And then
Is there more we can do with this? Absolutely. Okay, let's do it then.
leave that out.
All right, I'm going to move this down a little bit, and I'm just going to add a little bit of detail to the top. So I'm just going to pull this down because this is all thick looking. And then I'm going to inset it again.
Round up the corners. Select each individual edge.
Thusly.
Select each corner edge here. Go into edge select.
And then just a little bit, I'm going to pull it up. Just a tiny bit. Just so we got like kind of a slope here. And then I'm going to hit E and extrude it up just a little bit again. And so now we've got like...
This one. Yeah. And then select 3 segments.
like this lip around the table, and then like an upper part.
And then, yep, hold that thing down.
Inspired by real life tables that I've seen in real life. Why?
Because I don't like people that look like that.
Okay, then fine. You're not coming over for Uno.
No. I don't know, Bruno. Fine, I like tables that I like this.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I'm going to go ahead while I'm thinking of it and hit the magic keys. What's the magic keys?
Please.
Control S. Thank you. Yes. Save it before you do anything. This looks okay. We got a table. We got Spider-Man waiting. He's got nowhere to sit yet. But we want this table to look like wood, not like whatever this white non-color thing is on it. So that's when I'm going to jump. Control S again while I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna jump over to Photoshop and I'm going to make a new file. And this is very important. First thing we want to do is make sure that this is pixels, not inches, not meters, not miles. If we make a file that is like 1,024 inches, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, computers will die. So we like to work in pixels. So set that to pixels, and we can do 1K or 2K, whatever we want. 4K even. Let's just go 2K. So I'm gonna do 2048 by 2048. Used to be game engines would not even look at your textures unless they were in some binary form. So we all got used to using these. It does make things easier for a lot of other reasons, but now the engines will let you do what you want.
The 048 is the same thing as
Yeah, it is. It is. I played it. All right, so now we got a big square. Yay!
He looks very.
What was your resolution?
Huh?
What was your resolution?
2048.
2048.
Oh wait, no, 72.
Oh, the DPIs, whatever. Yeah, I think it was a 72. I didn't mess with it. All right. By default, mine has rulers and grids and all this stuff on. I'm going to hit Control H and hide that. And it looks like the last thing I did was something in wood. So what we're going to want to do, this is going to be real simple. We're just going to make a nice wood grain to go on the top of our table. And we're going to need basically two brown colors. You probably start with black and white. That's fine. I'm going to take the black color here. And I'm going to find an orange and get a dark orange, which means dark brown. And then I'm going to click on the white one, and I'm going to get a lighter brown, lighter tan, something so we can see the contrast of these wood grains.
Can we copy the color code?
I mean, whatever.
Never mind.
Yeah, you want to go here. Here's another thing you can do. Something I do frequently. What in the world? It doesn't work. There we go. Hex, color,
Oh snap!
wood. So I'll go find stuff. I'm like, yep, that's the color I want, and then just copy the hex. Good stuff. Who knows? The browns I've chosen might not actually be representative of any real wood on this planet, but if you want to be precise, you can. So I got two browns. I've got this guy. We've got layers. We're not going to use too many layers. So it's just on background right now. Unlock that, make that layer 0. Just with this open, I'm going to come here to filter. And I'm going to render and render fibers. So filter, render fibers. I've got two browns selected.
Oh my god!
And it makes a nice wood grain, like automagically. This is as much time as we're going to spend in Photoshop. We'll get into it a little bit deeper later.
I was a tiny bit scared we were going to be drawing.
No, we're not drawing. So you can play with the variance and the strength and just kind of get different looks. I kind of like this. So I'm at like 35 and did I like 12? Filter, render fibers.
There, I like this.
That looks kind of okay. And I'm gonna hit if you hit randomize, it just gives it different seeds, so you can get different looks. Eventually, you have to pick something, and you just say okay, and boom, we got this wood grain. Yeah, it's all right. So I'm going to File, Export, Quick Export as PNG.
Wood.
And I'm going to put this in my textures folder of wherever the heck my folder's at. There we go, 2020, 26, furniture, textures,
Wood.
wood grain, because I don't want to just do what I was told. Gotta do something else. For this image, I did 2048 by 2048, just a 2K. All right. This is one way to do things. We can make much more custom textures, but this is a great way to get started. So that's done. We'll come back to Blender. Multiple ways to do this here. So we can do this all from this tab farm over here. So remember when we set colors, we can come down here to this little red ball at the bottom, and this has already got a material, and we can set that new texture as the base color. Later on, or now, if you want to, you can do all this setup over in the shading tab, and it's the same thing, but it's a little more visual, a little more node based. So you can set that up over here.
I already did it.
That's what she already did, but we'll look at that later. So right now I'm just going to stay in layout here and do it from the tab over on the side. So I've got a nice surface. I'm going to make this a different material. I'm just going to rename it. So wood grain. I don't want this to be the default material that appears on everything. So I've renamed it. I'm going to come over here to base color, and that little yellow dot, we're going to poke that. I'm going to select image texture. And then it immediately doesn't have a texture, so it goes to black. So nice burnt, mahogany, charred, I don't know. So it knows it needs an image texture. It doesn't have it. Dropping stuff.
Sorry.
And so now I'm going to go to open, right underneath where the image texture is now. It says, I've got this little folder that says open, and I'm going to go find my texture. So I'm going to go up from scenes to my textures folder, select wood grain, and there we go. It's on there. Now there's issues with it. We're going to fix. The top looks pretty good. We got wood grain going all the way around, but everywhere where we extruded, especially, like it just takes that pixel data at that one point and stretches it, which is kind of awful. All right.
Go into UV editing.
This is where we go into UV editing. We're going to do this the really, really simple way. So I'm going to go to UV editing. And let me just really quick look at what the UV. Yes. Yeah. Well, we're not going to do that yet. You can. You absolutely can. It is. It is. All right. So let me just, I'm going to tab out of this. I'm going to make a new cube. So Shift A, mesh, cube. Here we go. So with this guy selected, right, this is what we automatically get on a cube. This is the way it automatically unwraps. Looks just like a cardboard box, like folded out, right? Since we started with a cube and didn't do anything else, this is what our table looks like. And so it's actually kind of stretchy on the top and on the bottom. Look at that. Like it should be stretchy here and there. Let's see what it looks like over here in the layout tab. Like the wood grain's there, but you can see like, look, it's doing this and then stretches more here. Everything's kind of just funky, right?
Whoa.
Right. Anyway, so that's what we're trying to fix. So I'm going to come over here. I'm in my UV editing tab. I'm in edit mode. I'm going to hit A to select everything. And that's on faces right now. And then on either side, with the stuff selected, I can hit U. And then we're going to do this simple, dumb, horrible way. Smart UV project. And so I'm going to leave all those where they're at. Angle limit at 66. I'm going to increase the island margin just a bit. So like 0.01. And then click unwrap. And now it's taking all of our faces and it's trying to lay them out automatically for us. Since we applied the scale, it's now like you can see the faces look like they're supposed to. Here we can see our short little stubby legs, our long table, top, there's the bottom, and if we come back to layout, everything just looks a little better. Doesn't look like stretched out scuffed wood too much. Well, yeah, sure. So we got a table.
Tables.
Yay, I'm gonna get rid of this cube. And before I go any farther, what I should really do is, yeah, obviously Control S, and then cube, come on. What was man's first job?
To create a cube.
No. Huh? You name the animals, naming things. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to name this. Cube is dumb. Let's just go ahead and call this, I don't know, something like table, maybe?
Desk of sorts.
Desk of sorts. That works too.
That's what I call mine.
This would be a really good desk, honestly. Like you just like lay so many monitors out along this. It's the Spidey's command center. All right, I'm going to take the table and just slide it over for now, so I can work on something else here. Another thing I could do, and this is crazy, and you might scare you. If you accidentally hit the H key, it hides stuff. So now it's hidden.
It's invisible.
But I can bring it back. So over here on this little hierarchy, I can click this eyeball, and now it's back. We've got 2 rows of stuff here. Over on the side, if you look, we've got an eyeball and we've got a camera. And so right now, life-size Spidey is visible to the eye in the viewport, but he's not going to render from our camera. So that's turned off. So you can just set things different ways that way. So I can just hide the table by poking this eye over here. And then we'll make a chair. So I'm going to add mesh cube. I'm going to immediately say this needs to be 0.5 instead of 2 meters. So we're already going to start smaller. Is that going to hold him? Yeah, that'll hold him. So this will be the base, the seat.
No, this is his chair.
That's it. Yeah, he just sits on a cube.
Yeah.
6 foot tall Spider-Man, spent all his money on his costume, and so he just sits on crates.
Imagine.
Right?
What? Oh. That only happens once you just.
Yeah. When you're very first creating something, you've got access to do all this kind of stuff. All right. So I'm going to hit tab. I'm going to move this face up. And we'll extrude some legs later. I'm going to stop right now, Control S. So let me just show you with this. All right, so I've got a table. Start with my table. It's awesome. We like it. I'm going to 3D print this, put it in my house.
And eat on it.
What if I want 2 tables? Should I go through that whole thing again?
Yes.
Okay, Sean says we got to do it again. Never mind. My whole thing is shot.
Sorry.
We want to duplicate it. So I think it's even on the right click. Maybe? No? I can delete it from here. Duplicate. Yeah, so I can duplicate or duplicate linked. So I can duplicate it, and then I'm just going to hit escape. Once I hit duplicate, like it's just going to follow my mouse around, and that makes me mad. So I hit escape, and now it's in the same spot, and just slide it over. Now, that's fine if I want 2 tables, and if I want one of these tables to be different.
No.
I don't know why, right? It's goofy. Just terrible. Undo, undo. All right, so now I've just got one table, but if I do Alt-D or duplicate linked and then escape, then I've got a live clone.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it's awful, right? Terrible. Okay, so just going to shove this table in the corner. We're going to hide this table and back to our chair. So before I go any further on this guy, I'm going to duplicate him a few times. So Alt-D. And then just slide that over here. And then I'm going to grab him and do it one more time. Slide that over there. Just so that I feel like I'm cool when I'm doing stuff. And then just slide one back here. Okay. All linked. I could hide them. I could leave them in place. I just thought it'd be fun to make one chair and then have all of its clones following along. Yeah. Crazy, right? All right, so I'm going to go tab. I'm on my original. Hit 3. I'm going to grab what I don't know what's going to be the back. Where's Spidey at? There he is. Okay, so I'm just going to use this one. This will be the back of the chair. And I'm just going to S on X and scale that in a little bit so that the chair is wider at the front. And look, all the other guys followed along. Bunch of copycats.
Yours are doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry.
All right.
You're fine.
And now on the bottom of this, I'm going to do almost exactly what I did before. No, I don't think I want a frame on the bottom. I just want legs sticking out.
Let's try to think about this.
Fine. Fine. She's convinced me. We're going to do a little small frame on the bottom.
I do-
All right, so I'm
I
going
know.
to eye for inset, and then come in just a tiny bit, and then eye for inset again, and come in just a tiny bit. And then let me think, how do I want to do this? I guess we can do it the way we did before and just make some edge cuts for our legs. So yeah, we'll just follow the same stupid stuff we did. I mean, wonderful stuff we did before. And I'll grab two opposing edges and edge subdivide, excuse me. And then set that to 2. And that works for that. Oh, the sliding is going to be weird on the bottom because I scaled the back. Yep. It's okay. We can fix this. Watch this. So I'm just going to go and make a bunch of cuts. Haha. So I crank that all the way up to 10, and I've got some edges kind of where I want them now. No, okay. Thought it was time. All right.
Do you want it to be time?
What is happening? All right. So that moved edges where I want them without doing any weird stretching, and I can just grab the ones I don't want. So shift, and I'm going to click, click, click. I should be grabbing 8 edges, right? And I'm going to hit X, and I'm going to dissolve the edges. So if I just delete the edges, it's going to leave vertices here. But if I hit dissolve, then it's going to take the vertices away. They never existed. Nothing happened. Nothing to see here.
Is it also doing these for the other ones?
Yep. Yeah. That's why we make clones. Alt D, duplicate linked. You'll see, like right now, all we've done is cut faces in. So they don't look a whole lot different. All right, now I'm going to do that with this. So I'm going to grab 1, 2, not control. By the way, shift means I'll select more stuff, right? So I'm just grabbing around. Don't do what I'm doing. But if I grab this and I hit control, then Blender's going to try to find the fastest way to select everything up to that new face, up to that new thing you selected. So anyway, I accidentally did that, so I want to call it out. So I'm going to grab 1, 2, 3, 4, grab those 4 edges, and we'll do the same thing here so this thing stay together. So edge, subdivide, crank it up to, we want to keep them square. I'm going to go 9. They look a little better that way to me. All right, and so then I've got edges where I want. If I hold Alt when I'm selecting, then I'll select an entire row of edges. So Alt, Shift, click, 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 click. I got all those. X, dissolve edges. All right, now I've got what I want.
I actually learned something new.
Oh, well, excuse me. I will try harder next time.
I'm learning every day, Professor.
I appreciate that. Sometimes I just don't even get out of bed. I'm like, will people even learn anything? I should just stay in bed.
No, we learned
All right. So just like we did before, I'm going to grab the frames and with the start of the legs and hit E, pull those down just a bit because Ray wanted a frame doesn't mean I want much of a frame. So we've got a little bitty one. And then I'm going to grab those 4 and extrude them farther.
The inset, you gotta go in edit mode.
So E, down, and then again, I'm going to move those back up here in my transform tab to global 0 so that they're sitting on the ground. This looks like a little squat chair too. He's just looking off to me.
You're just like a really short person.
Yeah, I got a 6-foot tall Spider-Man.
This looks
Look at that. Actually, that is too small. Look at that. This is like going up to his shin. Hold on. Let's look at
No,
the.
not that face. The
Yeah. Yeah. This is a step stool to get on the chair. No biggie. We can fix this. We can fix this. All right.
Just scale the.
I'll hide my table. I knew that looked too squat. It,
That's not that way.
it should work on everything?
Oh, you inserted it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can't see it until we do the extrude. She's right. Okay. I want to move, I guess I can move the whole thing up and move the legs down. But let's say that I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be crazy. Maybe I really want a baby stool. No, I don't actually, as it turns out. All right, so I'm going to come over here. I'm just going to hide my other cubes so I can see what's going on. So I'm hiding the clones for now. It's funny that we're talking about clones with Spider-Man in the scene. Oh, there was a whole clone saga. Never mind. Okay, so here I'm going to go to solid, and then I'm going to click this guy on, and so this turns on like X-ray mode or whatever. So I've got solid and this guy on, and I'm going to hit just one of my X's on this gizmo here.
Alternatively, we could probably just put.
And now I'm going to just drag select all of this, and because X-ray was on, it got the stuff on the backside. If I did that without X-ray on, it would just do the, yeah. What? What do you?
Use X-ray.
I don't know what she's implying, but we're going to ignore it. Yes. Yeah. This is a Blender class. We ignore Maya. All right. So I've got all of those selected, but not the legs, and so I'm just going to move that up to a more, mo better spot. I guess we got like some thick thighs. We need some room under the table. Well, because you have a phobia of long legs. That's why you're short. That's weird.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Low.
With their short little legs.
I have very long legs, but my torso is small.
Okay. Anyway, all right. So that's what X-ray is good for. If we'd have tried that without X-ray on, right, and I say, oh, let me just select all these, then yeah, then it would have just grabbed the ones that were facing the camera at that point. So X-ray's back, off, and I'm gonna start making the top. Well, actually, let me work on the legs some.
Wait, you actually might want to do it.
So part of why those legs look too long, Maya, is because they need some support. When I really excitedly sit myself down on this chair because it's like Mexican food night, I'm gonna break this thing. So it needs something.
You gotta.
Right. So this is the back. All right, we're gonna do cross supports. So I'm gonna grab these edges here. So I'm gonna hit edge or hit 2 to get into edges, and I'm gonna grab all of these
and then right click.
edge rings around here. So if I hit Alt and Control before I click, then it grabs all 4. And now with Control, Alt, and Shift down, I'm going to do these, and these, and these. And now I should have 16 edges selected. And so I've got all of those edges around there. And I'm going to do the same dumb thing we did before, an edge, subdivide. And we'll actually leave that there for now. So instead of increasing the number of cuts, I'm just going to show you another way you could do that. So I've got cuts all the way around. So I'm going to grab that. So Alt and select, and then Alt Shift for the other ones. And again, I should be at 16 edges. So I've got all those selected. Remember what we did with the top of the table to round the corners, the bevel? You can also bevel things straight and make more geometry that way. So I'm going to hit Control B, and as I pull, it'll make more. I'm going to scroll down on my mouse wheel so that I'm only making one cut here, about there. So I've just got a spot where my supports are going to go. I'm going to get we'll just do this one. We'll just do this one basic for now. All right, so I'm going to grab at a time, I'm just going to grab two faces. So I'm going to grab this new face here,
Oh,
go to the other side, shift, grab the face opposite from it. Now I'm going to go edge and bridge edge loops. And I've got some support for my chair. This should get me through taco night.
Cool.
I feel like a toilet is gonna help you get to top of night, not a chain.
We can do that next. We can do that next. All right, so I'm going to bridge these edge loops, and then I'm going to grab these ones over here. I'm just going to make this a really, really secure chair because I can be a glutton.
So the way I did it, I didn't do it that way. If you go, yeah, loop cut, and then number of cuts too.
You teaching an alternate class over there, Sean?
it's just helping me catch up because my thing crashed.
Ah,
I don't want to interrupt you, so I was just
all right. Okay, that's fine. I see. All right, so now we got support on the bottom, and if I unhide these other boys, you can see that all of that happened. So now we have 4 stools. We need a back for this. Yeah. All right, so we'll come to the top. 3. See how I want to do this. I'm going to do edge subdivision again. So I'm going to grab that.
Take
So I'm going to grab the 2 long edges at the top.
side faces right here.
Edge, subdivide, and I'm going to do the same thing again where I make a bunch of cuts and then just only keep the ones I want. So I'm at 6.
Only doing one.
So I've got that back there. I like that. I'm going to dissolve these other edges that I didn't
So
want.
take those.
That's just it's a cheaty way to make Blender put things somewhere
Not dissolve fully.
without having to deal with all these angles and stretches. So X, dissolve those edges. Now I'm going to do some crazy stuff here. So I've got this little back part. Let me make sure it is the back. Yeah, that's facing Spidey. I don't want it to come completely from the edges, so I'm going to inset a little bit, hit I,
You're gonna hold shift click and take all of this.
and pull that in some.
Press F.
So we've got some ledge there, and then 2 to get back to edges, and guess what? Edge subdivide.
I'm doing it too. Of course.
Bunch of those. We'll go with, for mine, it looks like 7 makes them kind of squarish on the ends. And then again, dissolve the middle guys.
No, it's fine.
X, dissolve edges. Is this driving me crazy doing the same thing over and over again? Maybe a little bit, but it's good for, yeah.
Which is why I'm labeled as insane.
Yes.
That's only a part. Anyway, yeah.
Just doing the same thing over and over again.
That is true.
For-
Mm-hmm.
Do make some good stuff, so you know what?
No, I don't.
Give yourself a pat on the back.
All right. So now I got these 2 little squares that are not all the way to the edges, and I'm going to extrude them up. So E, and I'm going to do some planning while I'm here, and so I'll just extrude them a bit at a time. So that looks good. Zoom in, hit E again, and make another thing, and this is going to be our middle crossbar for our support.
These faces like these.
E again, and then E one more time. So I've just got some various lengths here, and I'm going to connect these, and then we'll do some cool stuff with them. All right, so let's do the middle support here. Should we have those straight up, or should we should angle them out a little bit, right?
Be fancy.
Let's be fancy. That's what I like to hear.
Ergonomic.
Start with a cylinder or a sphere. I don't know. Yeah. All right. So I can just bridge these, and it'll look like they did down here, or I can inset them first again, like I did here, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to I for inset. I'm just going to bring them in a little bit. Sometimes it doesn't want to do the thing.
Oh no.
Gotta move the mouse around.
I
Yeah.
can't tell if it's supposed to be rectangular.
And so there we go. It inset a bit. Yeah, it's just you can just type in stuff, right? Like you just get it started and then depend on this type in dialogue
You
here.
went too far on that one.
Yeah, if you
You gotta
scale or inset too far, you end up like flipping things inside out.
this one right
No,
here.
Um,
Stop it,
like
though.
really, really thin and the side part really, really thick.
Oh, weird.
It was really gross. So
Okay.
I'm gonna do it again.
When
All
we're
right.
talking about this,
All right, so now I've got these smaller sections and I'm going to bridge them as well, but we're gonna do a little bit of extra stuff on it. So edge, bridge edge loops, and we got a straight cut across, which I guess is okay, but I don't know about you, my spine is actually like sticks out a bit, so we're gonna, yeah, I know, I'm a freak. So I'm gonna up the number of cuts here, which seems to be folding it the other way. Right, so it's kind of, for me at least, probably because of the shape, it's bowing it forward instead of back.
I'm trying to figure that out myself.
So I'm going to play with the profile factor here, and so that's just swelling it. I kind of like that. I'm gonna leave that there, and the smoothness. No, that was good at 1. You can play with all these different things. Looks like it's not going to do what I want it to do. Merge factor is fine. Twist, at your own risk. That's not going to feel good on your spine?
That's good for structural support, trust me.
Yeah, it's a little,
Just like
it's going to hurt.
I don't think that's
it's just
what
like
I
you're
see.
walking
Professor.
and you're walking and everybody just sees you with like your back turned to the left like 45 degrees. That's
Negative 0.09, just a little bit. Yeah.
Sorry, just trying to catch up. When you created the columns on the top of the chair, similar process to the one that gets to the legs.
Yeah, I just extruded a few times. Instead of just doing one extrusion and then cutting in, I did multiple extrusions, but other than that, it's the same. All right, so I'm going to do this. I like the bow it's got. I need it to go the other way. So I'm going to leave it here, and I'm going to select this group here. So let's see if it'll let me do it. Yeah, so I hit Alt and select, then I get all 4 of these faces. And we're going to get into a new tool a little earlier than I thought. All right, so up here, again, on our big button of buttons, button farm, there's a proportional editing. It's this little like target looking guy. And so with that on, anything you do will affect stuff around it. So I've got it on. This might totally mess us up, so we got to be careful. So I'm going to pull this, and look, it starts to pull like the whole chair. Right? With that being held, though, I'm going to scroll on my mouse wheel up or down, and eventually it'll get in there. There we go. There's this circle that shows up that is kind of our, oh, why is it going that way? I grabbed the wrong.
Dude, imagine sitting
Yeah.
flat.
Yeah. Okay, we'll try it again. So I got it on, pull back, and I'm going to pull this circle down with my mouse wheel by scrolling up, and so now it's only affecting those. And so you can see this proportional editing is going to give me the little bend I want for my spine
Yay.
on Taco 9. All right, so that's good.
We don't need a chiropractic next.
Looks good there. I'm going to do something similar with the top, but we're going to do a little bit more. Yeah, I think so. All right, so now we just need to make the top, and then we'll unwrap and apply that and do the other stuff later. So I'm going to grab these guys, trying to think what I want to do. I guess I'll inset them again, like we did. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, so we'll just basically do this the same way we did the other one. I'm going to edge, bridge edge loops, up the cuts. And mine's, because I've got my profile factor at like negative 0.09, they're getting thinner in the middle. You don't have to have that. For the top, maybe I won't. We'll just leave it like that. I don't know what just happened over there, but it scared me a little bit. There's some weird noises going on in this place.
Yeah.
All right, I want this one to be straighter, so I'm going to come up here on my Z, and I'm going to Alt and select this row of faces. So I should have 4 faces selected like we did before. And
Professor,
yo,
just a quick question. How did you get it to curve like the back to C?
well, that's what I'm getting ready to do again. So perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm going to grab just the middle ones and pull back. But since I've got proportional editing on up there,
The little like target.
the little target looking guy, then things are moving fairly nicely. But I actually want this one to go a little straighter. So I'm going to go maybe not as far back here. Yeah, kind of like that. And I'm not done yet because Ray said she wanted a fancy chair or something. I don't know. All right. So I've got that. That's purely to hold the thing together. I'm actually going to make something else on the top of this chair. So I'm going to grab these 2 faces and extrude them out just a little bit. And then I'm going to bridge these guys. So we've got like just a little piece of wood like over the back for your headrest thing. So same thing. Now that I've got those new ones, I'm going to subdivide. Not subdivide. What did I just clicked on the wrong thing? There we go. Bridge edge loops. Thank you. And so I've got a board back here holding them together, and I've got another one that's just purely for neck, back support. I don't know.
Youch.
Youch. So I'm going to number of cuts there. What's Here we go. Now it's doing it.
Oh. So you're gonna have to do 4 loop cuts on this chair.
And I'm going to up the profile factor so that it gets wider here. There we go. Got a little more shape. So it's like
What?
bowing up and bowing down.
Oh. That is. Here, I have an idea.
I'll leave it there.
It's like
And then again, the same thing. I'm going to just Alt and click this row of faces and then just pull them back.
distance.
Oh, that's fun.
Okay.
Because I've got proportional editing on, it's grabbing everything else around it too. So I'm going to turn that off
Also, you can click
and just move this little bit here. So here's something fun. So I turned off proportional editing, so I'm doing it manually. So I just pulled the middle part back, and I've got this like weird kind of bow thing. I hit Control plus. Oh, I don't have a number pad. I forgot about that. There we go. Fantastic. Maybe it's Control Shift plus. Nope. All right. Well, if you got a number pad, you can hit Control plus and do cool stuff. For this, I'm going to have to do it manually. So select and select more. And now it's got, like, it expanded my selection out. So I'm just going to pull that back some too.
Follow in the center.
Yeah, because I just commanded the dots. So then
Look.
Am I being a little extra on this? Maybe. I don't care.
And
All right, so I've got that. Now I'm going to take these edges
what the heck?
and I'm going to make this come out a little bit more. Since I've got 2 edges facing away from each other, if I try to extrude them just with a regular extrude, then they're only going to go one direction. So on my extrude tool, I'm going to hold that little triangle down, and we want to extrude along normals so they all go their own way. And I'm going to pull that out.
Well, regardless.
So we got that.
You would kind of like take these.
I'm going to pull them forward just a little bit to keep our bow going.
Yeah, something along the lines of that. Yeah, but
And then I think finally I'm going to bevel these edges around the top. I do this assignment every year. Every year I end up with a different chair.
So you don't go crazy.
So I don't go crazy. Yeah. All right. So Control B, And I'm just beveling that a little bit. Let me add some cuts with my mouse wheel.
You may have to regress the videos.
There we go. So we're going to call it. We like that chair. It's really flat. The chairs kind of like lean back in the, anyway, we're going to leave it.
What do our chairs do?
Yeah.
Our
All
chairs
right.
have-
So I'm going to, for one thing, since we added these extra cuts and stuff, we can see each of these little face facets like that. So I'm going to right click on my object and say shade auto smooth. And again, that's going to take anything smaller than that 30-degree angle and smooth it so the light passes more cleanly over it. But we still maintain our edges here. If we set our auto smooth to like 90 degrees, it's trying to smooth everything and it looks just awful. So 30 is a good default. So we got chairs, they look kind of okay-ish. And we just need to apply our, oh, did they all do that? What? My clones are smoothed.
Oh no!
Only one chair.
What can we
stands
describe
up.
this as? What can we call this? What can we call this type of chair? This kind of chair.
Okay, well, I'm just going to auto smooth all of them.
One.
I don't know why that, what? There we go. Okay, they're back. All right, I'm going to come to this material mode here. So Spidey's showing up. And we need to apply our wood grain to this chair. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to come down here with my guy selected, click on the little dot, little red ball guy, and I'm going to click plus here, and we already have a wood grain. It's already there for us. So I'm just going to come down here to this drop down now, and I'm going to select wood grain from those slots, and it's here, but we still need to unwrap it. It's still all kind of wonky-fied.
Really
So,
welcome.
yeah, exactly. So I got my chair, A to select all, U to unwrap, select smart UV, everything's good.
Oh my days.
So it looks funky. We're going to roll with it.
This is why
It's at least scaling things nicely.
This is why I use that Ministry of Flat plugin.
I usually don't use, like, for stuff that I'm making, I don't use this. I'll set seams and manual. It's a whole process. UV unwrapping could be a specialized job. And
yeah,
it's-
I don't want to do it, even though I
yeah, but it's a nightmare that I've gotten used to. So like I actually enjoy it now.
What?
It's a nightmare to begin, but once you get
Yeah.
it down, I'm still learning it.
So one thing we can do here is right now, look at this is the top of our chair and the wood grain's going sideways on it, which is okay. But if you want to change that, then we can just grab, just like in the other ones, you can grab by vertex or edge or face. And the cool extra button here means island. So if I turn that on and I grab this face, then it grabs everything connected to it. And then I can just hit R90, enter, and I've rotated that by 90 degrees, and now my wood grain goes long ways on that. Did it matter? No, but it mattered to me. All right. Yeah, that's what Mama said. All right. Final thing we can do this is we can well, I think we're going to make some normal map for it. And we can make this more like a farm style, which is like wood and some of it's painted white. Like these guys. I don't know why. It's a popular thing.
I grew up with those.
Yeah.
They
It's okay. Well, then don't do it.
sell. No, the rounded ones.
The rounded ones? Yeah.
The backs one breaks.
Yeah, just terrible.
I kind of like it for its style.
The style is cool, but they were so flimsy. crazy.
Okay, yeah, they don't look like they'd be
Yeah.
able to sit in, but I mean like the
So I've seen all variations of this part's wood, this part's painted white. You can do that. Let's go ahead and just for giggles, we'll do a little bit.
If I make a Freddy Fazbear chair, are you gonna be upset?
I won't be able to sit in it, no.
No, like it has like a Freddy face on the back, like a kid's chair. You know how they have the
Oh,
kids'
okay, yes,
chairs?
yeah. Here we go.
Freddy Fazbear.
it's bear chair.
Like that.
I love
Yeah, like,
it.
I had, yeah,
yeah, something kind of like that.
I had one that was, yes, I had a bear chair.
I did.
It looked way better than all these.
I didn't.
It was so cool with its 70s aesthetic vibe.
That gigantic gorilla chair.
Absolutely.
Ugh. All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you could do that. All right, so what I'm going to be looking for are clones of your chair. If you want to add Freddy Fazbear on the back, or like lots more supports, or maybe you've got one of these old style tables where like on the ends, the master seats like have armrests, but the rest don't. Because why? Because you need a hierarchy in your family? I don't know. Anyway, you can add some arms to some of them, do whatever.
Display call somehow, Professor.
Oh my gosh.
This guy.
That's awful.
I think my chair's still too small.
Just a little bit.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
I mean, at least it's under the table.
It does. It slides right under. Okay, so let's just move this guy over here. And then I'm going to RZ 180. And he's flipped around.
I'm doing open season 5.
Okay, and I think what I'm going to do is just, I kind of like the proportions of it, so I'm just going to scale the whole thing. So S, and just scale this chair up.
Look at that.
This mo better.
Yeah, that's not right at all.
Actually,
Here.
the only problem with this now is there's not room for thighs in there.
Object.
What?
And you can change the rotation between the 2 axes.
I'm a terrible person.
Yes, you are.
What?
I can agree.
That's scale. That's not rotation.
Oh, the heck!
They just put their like feet on the.
It only scaled the one, not the dupes. That's exciting.
You can copy the scale and paste it.
So
on
just
the
make a kid's table. It's fine.
This is really painting an interesting picture right here.
What's that?
Two half
One man watched 3 kids. Oh no, I was talking about his.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, me?
Okay, so I've got them all selected. They're all going to scale from their individual origins. Okay, so now I'm going to scale them up.
Sean, you are crazy.
This is so awesome.
It would be so awesome.
It would be so cool.
My Super Cape has special effects.
Lots of special effects.
It blow your mind just to see.
All right, so that's kind of works. I might move the top of the table up so that I can fit my fat thighs in there, but other than that,
What?
look at that. Look, if I slide this thing in, literally you're the only person who can pull up to this table. Like, the rest of us have curves.
All the way in.
Yeah, that's fair, right? I mean, actually, at this point, I can't scoot all the way in, so it works itself out. Okay, now I was gonna make some of this white. We've only got a few minutes left, so we are hit Control S. Yes, every time you think of it, hit Control S. So we're gonna we did a chair, 4 chairs. We did a rectangular table. We're gonna come back and we'll make some table lamps, bookcases. We already did the wood texture, and then let me show you really quick floors and walls. Just a way that I would do it now. And we'll take care of that. So we've got our table. I can't scoot under it yet. I'll fix the table later, but the chairs are all here. So I'm going to show you just kind of a way to make a room out of this. So I'm going to add a cube. Let's add a plane for now. And then scale it for my floor. It's a really big room. Man, I don't know.
We need a blueprint.
Table's in the middle. Yeah, it's like a conference room. And I'm going to scale it on the X. So S, X. I'm going to pull it down a little bit.
Honestly, if you were to angle the chairs just like a little bit to the left and right, respectively, so that they're like slightly facing,
Yeah.
and the big chair over that, this would make for a very interesting scene.
That would be terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, so we've got-
continue as a DET major, not business. Oh gosh, boss, what did I do now?
So we've got these two. Yeah, so this is your chair. Spidey and the board have invited you in. There's a few things they want to discuss. It's awful. Okay, so I just made a big plane. I'm going to go ahead and hit Control A to apply the scale because I moved it around a bunch. And on this plane, I can hit Tab, go to Edit Mode. I'm going to hit 2 to select edges, A to select all the edges because we've only got 4, and then E to extrude up. And this basically makes a big cube. So I could have made a cube. But now that I've done that, I can just take this top guy and kill the face. So now I've got, like, ceiling can come later. But now I've got walls and a floor and literally no way into the room. So this is an even more scary situation. There's no exit. Spidey needs to talk to you.
So
There's no exit.
There's no exit.
You're gonna not die, but you're gonna wish you were dead because Marvel kills so people.
Wow. Okay. She's going deep.
At least
All right.
Spider-Man doesn't.
So we've got an open box, which is fine. I can come over here and
Why are all the chairs facing that one chair?
this we talked about. This is an intimidation factor. Where do we go? It's over this guy, right? Yes.
Then you can do that across multiple computers.
Sean, where did it go? Where's the?
Where was
It's in
that?
solid mode, isn't it? The back face. Back face culling. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it on,
Gosh, it actually worked.
and we can see that the walls are facing out and down. Everything's facing down, away from the room. That's not what we want out of a box. So Tab A. I'm gonna flip these faces. So I'm gonna go to Mesh, Normals, Flip. So now these are all facing in, and I could even stitch the roof back on because we can see through the backside. It actually kind of is helpful.
So mesh.
All right, so I can see through the side, but I can see that it's behind me as well. Kind of cool.
You go over here.
So I selected everything, selected all the faces, 3A, and then it was Mesh, Normals, Flip.
Yes.
Or you can say recalculate outside so they all face out, recalculate inside so they all face in. But this interfacing one works for us for now.
Those are all planes. Is that what it is?
It was a plane that I extruded yeah. And so it was the back face culling here in solid that I turned on so that I can see through the backs of one-sided planes. Yeah. And so I could even, I'm going to go to 2, so edge mode, I'm going to select all of the top here, and I'll put a cap back on this box. So I'm going to hit F to make a face,
Ceiling.
and we got a ceiling from the inside. But since we're only looking at them one way, then it works out. Please, this is not Severance. This is not like, make an exit. Like this is already scary enough. Let these poor people out.
I'm gonna make an exit, but it's only gonna be like really, really small. Spider-Man can't get out.
And the other problem with this is the back face really only works in the solid mode. But
Keep the roof off for now until.
you can just keep the roof off for now. If you want to come in here and get a good shot of Spidey's intimidation,
Don't forget to save.
yes, save.
Just imagine.
I'm going to
He is just standing on a table.
View, align active camera to view. Now we've got a good
I
shot.
tried to activate server sheets in the standing camera roll.
And then view, align to selected. There we go.
Make the Spider-Man over default.
Yeah, we can do that another time. We're running out of time. We got 2 minutes left.
So we got DT chat.
It's in.
There is a DET chapel across the hall. You can change up some of the materials on your tables and chairs if you want more than just wood grain on everything. And then we'll continue with this scene on Thursday.
Don't worry, it's gonna be great.
It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be so amazing.
Oh, yeah. Is it possible to?
Not for CS students, no, sorry.
I was
Yeah, we can talk.